Hello, it's me. Hello, and welcome to episode 22 of Country Bumpkin Creates. My name is Lucy. I'm coming to you from a very lovely, glorious, sunny Devon today. It's beautiful, but we can't get out and enjoy it. Well, we can, but only in our local area. How's everybody doing? Are we all well? I hope you are. I am well. Fingers crossed all the family are well. So I'm hoping that all of you are well. And coping okay with our lockdown. It's getting a bit serious, isn't it, peeps? It's a bit scary. Scary old world out there at the moment. So, but I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I hope you're all okay. I've been furloughed from work, which is a bit of a bummer because I do enjoy my work and it gives me a routine. Excuse me. I'm recovering from tonsillitis, so there may be some coughing, so I do apologise. Yes, so I've been furloughed, so routine is a bit out of kilter, which is a bit weird. But such is life. Husband's still working, the park is closed, obviously, which is really weird. But Nigel's still working because, there's still work to be done. And our new wardens started at the beginning of March. They missed the furlough cut-off period, so unfortunately they can't be furloughed because they had to be on the payroll before the end of February, when they weren't, unfortunately. So they're still working. Not that there's anybody here, but there's still, grass to be cut and places to be tidied and cleaning to be done and stuff. So Nigel's still working at the moment. It's really weird because it's obviously Easter this weekend. Not that you would know, but Easter is like our first sort of big, especially with the weather being nice, would be our first sort of big weekend where people would come and stay. But there's nobody here. It's really odd. I walk every day. I take my walk down through the camp field, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen yesterday that I was sat down by the river, and normally, that sort of area is populated with campers, and it was just so quiet, and it's just weird. Campfield looks absolutely massive when it's empty, and then when you get people on it, it doesn't seem big enough. It's really, really eerie, really weird. So yeah, I sat down there yesterday with some knitting, which was nice. And then once I've recorded and uploaded, I might go back down there again today. I'm really trying and I am every day getting up, getting dressed, which I think is making a big difference to my mental health rather than wallowing around in PJs and stuff. So I am getting up and I'm getting dressed, and cooking every day is helping. We always, I would say out of a fortnight we would have one takeaway, if that, and obviously everything in town is closed. Well, most stuff is closed with regards to takeaways and stuff, so we are cooking every night. And we did before. We very rarely eat ready meals or processed meals like that. So we are cooking sort of from scratch every night. We're lucky that in Tavi we have very good butchers, very good greengrocers, and stuff. So they're all still open. So we're trying to support them as much as we can. I did go to the supermarket last week, and it was crazy. It was like nothing was going on. It was quite scary. People weren't keeping the 2 meters, and It was really busy, really busy. It's probably the busiest I've ever seen it, which is bizarre. It was really busy. People were like reaching over you, and it was just like. But I had to get essentials like washing powder and stuff that I can't get from our little local shops, unfortunately. So yeah, it was a bit scary. So, but other than that, we're not going anywhere. Like I say, we're staying on the park. We're very lucky that we've got the space we have to go walking in every day to get a bit of exercise and a bit of sunshine. It's beautiful. It's lovely. I can hear the birds singing. There's no traffic noise. It is a bit weird. But anyway, that's 5 minutes of rambling. As I said at the beginning, I am Lucy. You can find me on Instagram as country_bumps, or you can find me on Ravelry as Country Bumps. There will be show notes for this episode will be posted in the Country Bumpkin Creates Ravelry group. I will put a link to the show notes down below, if I remember, because I don't think I remembered last time, but they will be down there. If not, you can find them in the groups tab on Ravelry, and like I say, it's Country Bumpkin Creates. Right, should we go on with some knitting? That's what we're here for, isn't it? And I'm sweltering in this jumper. So I only have one FO this week, and that FO is my square and stripe sweater. I'll stand up, by Vera Valimaki. So it's got this slip stitch detail down the front, and then you've got two under the arms. There's one on the back. I don't know if you can see that because I can't see the screen, but you might just see my fat bum. And then obviously under that, they were supposed to go under the arm, but I forgot. I didn't read the pattern properly and I forgot to do them. So this is a pattern by Vera Valimaki. It's called the Square and Stripe Sweater, and it's I knit mine. It's a DK weight. I knit mine in John Arbon Knit by Numbers. Can't remember what numbers they were now. 55 is ringing a bell, and I think that's the grey. Hang on. I'll check my Ravelry page. I do make Ravelry project pages for everything that I knit. So I'm one of those anal people. Let's have a look. 62. So this is number 62, this pink, and then the grey is number 6. So yeah, it's a really lovely sweater. So you do 2x2 rib on the bottom. It is flipping up a bit, but that's because when I blocked it, I didn't pin it down. I did sort of 3/4 sleeves. Yeah, really enjoyed it. It was such a quick knit. I think I knit this in 12 days. Yeah, started on 11 days. Started on March the 2nd and I finished it on March the 13th. So it is that's a joy of double DK weight yarn. But I am a bit warm, so I'm going to stop now. Put a t-shirt on. But I'm going to stop it because there ain't nobody who wants to see what's under here. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Oh, microphone. Back. I'm back. Right, so I'm wearing my Knitter t-shirt by Stitches Tees. They did a Kickstarter to bring in the new neon range. So I got a t-shirt with Knitter on it, and I got a sweatshirt with Crafter on it. I love them. So I'm sure you've all heard of Stitches Tees, but if not, I will link to their shop below, or in the show notes. I'll link to their shop, and they do a wide range of different slogans on t-shirts and jumpers and hoodies, project bags, baubles, pencils, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, so that's my only FO. I know, all this time I've had a bit of cast-on-itis, and I've had a bit of I can't be asked to knit days, and yeah, but I've like cast on all the things. There's stuff that hasn't been touched. There's lots of new things. Anyway, so let's get going with what we've got. So in my pink hazel basket, I have this gorgeousness, which is a whip. This is the Hoodie Shawl Cardigan by Suzanne Summer, and she is Sosu, SOSU Knits on Instagram. So you start off, basically it's a really clever construction, this. So you knit like a pointy, like a V-shaped shawl, but you're doing some clever increasing and stuff to knit the shoulders and the fronts. So this is all been knit in one piece. Let me show you a picture of it. Looks better. So you can see there, you've got like a V-shaped shawl on the back, and then you knit the body, and then knit a contrast hem, and then I-cord. So you knit the body, so you do this bit first, the shawl bit first, knit the body, knit the hood, and then pick up and do a I-cord all the way around the edge. But it's such a clever construction, and she's just released, oh got itch, sorry, she's just released larger sizes, because it did only go up to a 42, I believe it was, like that. So she's in the process of going through all of her patterns at the moment, and she's got some really clever construction patterns. So I am now just back and forth on the body, and you're doing some increasing and decreasing under the arm to make this sort of thing. So yarns I'm using, so it uses, for my size, I need 2 skeins of 3 different colours. So the yarns I'm using are Nora George yarns. This is her spring colourway. It's beautiful. Just before the lockdown, before lockdown, Mum and I went down to Cornwall, which was down bottom end of Cornwall, somewhere, Poole, Redruth way. So I thought I'd take Mother. Never again. She ain't one to go yarn shopping with. We were like round stores. It was a bit smash and grab, because there was nowhere that you could go back to, and we were there like less than 2 hours. It took an hour and a half to drive there, an hour and a half back. So I'm not taking her yarn show again. No. Nope. But anyway, while I was there, I came across the gorgeous Carno Designs. This is a new to me dyer. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful yarns. And I picked up 2 skeins of this, which is Stormy Skies, and cheap. So they're the 2 colours that I've used in the shawl section, and they'll be the hood. I think they're beautiful, and they work well together. I didn't want definite stripes, that's why I've used 2 variegated. Because I didn't want that sort of definitive stripe section. I wanted it to sort of all like blend together. And then my body colour, I love this, is Miami Nice by Mr. B's yarn, which is it's showing like a more of a spring green, but it is like a minty green with some blue and pink speckles, and it's just like, if I was a yarn, that's the colour I would be. Oh, it's beautiful. So I'm just ploughing on now down through the body. I've got to knit 13 inches, I think, from the underarms, so I'm not doing bad. Probably about 6 inches or so. I'm really crap at guesstimating how much it is. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm just ploughing backwards and forwards for that. So I can't wait to get that finished. I've absolutely adored this pattern for absolute ages and ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. I watched the Periscoping Sisters podcast, and Amy, one of the sisters, knit this hoodie shawl cardigan. It's got to be 2 years ago, if not more, and I've like wanted it ever since then. And I was like, oh, maybe I could, you know, knit it and but try and sort of grade it a bit bigger myself and things like that. And then when I saw somebody was test knitting for the larger sizes for this, so I've been like holding on, and then as soon as it was released, I was like, right, let's go, let's get it started. And I literally started it. We went to Cornwall on the Sunday. We got back mid-afternoon, and I started it straight away when I'd bought that Stormy Skies yarn. Yeah. And then the next whip, you've all seen this probably all over Instagram, is the Painting Bricks shawl by Stephen West. So here is mine so far. This is what it will look like eventually. I'm loving it. It's such an addictive knit because you're like, oh, I'll just get the next colour done, I'll just get the next colour done. So I'm using, this is just a Drops Fable black that I had. I've got 8 balls of it. I bought for some other project. So it's working perfectly with. So I've went through my minis, and because you only need, according to the pattern, 1 mini skein will do it. And when we were at EYF last year, I, for some unknown reason to me, went crazy and bought some Woolmizer minis. So there's one. So and these minis are 30 grams, so 30 grams, 105 meters, so there's more than enough in those. And then I just went through my mini stash, my extensive mini stash, and pulled out other colours that went. So I've got 6 Woolmizer, which I think is the yellow, the red, this pink, this red, yellow, yeah. So red and yellow, the 2 pinks, purple, blue and teal are Woolmizer, and then this green, no, not that pink, sorry, this purple and this pink are just random minis that I had lying around in my collection. So yeah, that's exciting. So I'm loving that, but because it's black, and especially when I get to like the purple, my lighting is not good enough in the evenings. So that's sort of what I'm trying to do is sort of do the painting bricks during the day while I've got the daylight, and then evenings I'm doing my hoodie shawl cardigan, and then I can sort of work on both and hopefully get a good bit of work done on both, and then which is quite good. So I'm sort of doing like a rotation of excuse me, I don't know why I'm so windy today. So yeah, so really enjoying both of those. Right, next this is my canvas cube bag. I have now filled up that side with pins and that side with pins. My pins are from various yarn shows. I pick them up sort of pretty much anywhere really. Yarn shows, shops, punky pins on Instagram. It's where I get a lot of the Harry Potter ones from and stuff, but they're just sort of various. And then yeah, so there's the canvas cube bag by Thimble and Thread Make, and in there is my habitation throw. This is a pattern by Helen Stewart. It was part of her Knit Vent 2019, but she has made it throughout the whole of April. It is free using the code SHELTER. So if you want a soothing meditative you know what I mean, knit to do while we're in this lockdown situation, I would highly recommend this. It's so soothing and it's memorizable. It's just a 10 row repeat. But really easy 10 row, well 8 rows, 9 rows are the same, and then you've just got your eyelet row. So I went through my minis and just picked out some mini sets that I had, just a few mini sets. So these are from Dusty Dimples. This is a Legacy Fibre Arts one I got on a D-stash. Lay Family yarn. Another Lay Family. So I've tried to pick, similar colour families. And I'm just going to keep going until I think it's big enough before I start decreasing. So I'm just picking a mini at random and adding it in. But it's really enjoying it. Really, I might take this down as my afternoon knitting down by the river because it's easy. I don't need to think about it, so I can watch the birdies and stuff. Oh no, it's wrapped around my pins. That's the only issue. It gets wrapped around my pins. Right. Yeah. So that's. So like I say, if you do fancy, if you've got, it's a great way to use up scraps. It was initially Helen knit it, designed it for an advent calendar. So if you've got an advent calendar hanging around that you haven't used yet, or you've just got minis or scraps or whatever. Yeah, highly recommend it. And then finally, my last active whip is a mystery knit along. Every year, Periscoping sisters who have a podcast are Debbie Reese and Amy Meeks. They do a mystery knit along for Mother's Day, American Mother's Day. So it only started last Friday. It is a 2-colour shawl, and because of the lockdown situation this year, they've provided it as a free pattern. So like I say, it is a mystery knit along, so you don't know what you're going to be knitting. But I've done this is my I think this is the 4th year they've done it, and I've done it every year, and I've never been disappointed with what I have knit, the end result. Yeah, I'm just looking up there to see if that was if I had one hanging around that was a previous. So this is clue 1 so far. So we've had a bit of seed stitch, garter stripes, and then this like mesh lace section. So that's clue 1. So the yarns I'm using are Nora George yarns in the toffee apple colourway. I'm sure it's toffee apple. Yeah. And this is old. Both of these yarns that I'm using are old stash. And then the green, it's a really cool marled yarn from Devon Sun Yarns. This was a club yarn, and this, I'm trying to think when it would have been from. What do we know, 2020? It's probably 2015, 2016 when I first started knitting. I joined their club, and it's a marl of 50% alpaca and 50% extra fine merino marl. Sock weight 100 grams is 400 meters, but it's really cool, and it works perfectly with this yarn. So yeah, so clue 2 will be out on Friday. So if you fancy joining in, like I say, it is free. It's called A Mother's Prayer, but it will be linked in the show notes, and that is a little unicorn, hand beaded unicorn stitch marker from Hannah, who is the Corner of Craft, and she hand beads all her stitch markers like that. So that's it. That's all my whips is. All my active whips. I've got more, but they've not been touched. Really gone off socks at the moment. I don't know why. I used to knit socks like at least 1 or 2 pairs a month, and now I can't remember the last time I actually finished a pair of socks. Probably, did I do some? Probably Christmas when I probably did a pair for my sister at Christmas. But that's it. I have done some sewing. Well, when I say sewing, this needs a press, so don't look at it too. If I scooch over a bit and scooch her over. So this is the Roberts collection by Marilla Walker. It's a pinafore. With the iPad, so I've done it to sort of knee length. It's got pockets. So this has been sat on this model for probably, what we know, April, probably 8 or 9 months, and all it needed was hemming. So it just needed the hem sewing and the poppers putting on up here. That was it. It was all I needed doing. So I've been watching Next in Fashion on Netflix. Really enjoyed it. Really good. If you're into sewing, or even if you're not, even if you like fashion or just designing, that sort of, general. Sorry, I've got hay fever's kicking my butt at the moment. My eyes are sore. It's really good, really good series. There's only one season at the moment, or it was because it was new this year. But it's called Next in Fashion on Netflix. And so I've been watching. I was like flicking through the other day trying to find something to watch, and I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. So, yeah. So it just reignited my sewing mojo. So I've got something else that just needs hemming and pockets adding onto, patch pockets putting on. So that's going to be done hopefully next few days, and then I've got some patterns being printed at a print shop and posting. So hopefully by the time we come out of this, might have a new wardrobe. It'll be exciting, wouldn't it? Just trying to find ways to use my time rather than just lolling on the sofa, being a couch potato. I'm just trying to find things to use my time wisely. My sister, it's my birthday next week. I shall be 44 years of age. That's exciting, not? And because obviously I can't see family or anything at the moment, they're too far away. They asked what I would like for my birthday, so I said an Etsy gift card. So they sent it to me today, so that I could get something ordered so that it will be here for my birthday, which is next Friday. So I ordered this. I don't know how well it's coming, but I'll link it in the show notes. It's a circular weaving loom kit. And I ordered this colourway, which was millennial, but it's like dusky pinks and browns and greys and neutrals. So it will go with colour scheme of the living room, or even in here. I was thinking I might make one to go up. It's really weird when it's back to front, up here somewhere, or somewhere in here. I'll make one for both. Make one for the living room and one for in here. So yeah, I thought that would keep me occupied as well. And I did order some yarn with the rest of the money that they sent me. So yeah, that's it really. So it's a bit of a short one, but I just wanted to sort of say hello and check in, and hopefully now I've got nothing else to do because I'm not working. Can't go shopping. Well, I can, but don't want to. Can't go nowhere, so you might see me more often. Isn't that nice for you? Anyway, that's it really. So yeah, unfortunately it is a short one today, but better than nothing, innit? Better than waiting months like you have been between podcasts. So I hope you're all well. Hope you're all staying well. If you want somebody to chat to, send me a message. Quite happy to chat to people. Take care. Be safe. Stay in. Wash hands. Don't touch your face. There we go. Right? Bye.